Welcome to the introduction session of CL2 Financial Reporting and Governance at Infinity Learning Space. I'm your lecturer, Dasun Mendis. I'm working as General Manager Finance of CBL Foods International, confectionery manufacturing company, manufactures the product like Munchie biscuits, raspberry and Raylo chocolates, Tiara cake, and so many other confectionery items. In addition to that, I'm lecturing for financial reporting subject over last 14 years for different professional qualifications, including chartered accountancy. So today, what we are going to look at is, this is the introductory session. We'll look at what is your syllabus and how would the exam structure be. And in addition to that, to get through the exam in June 2023, what sort of a plan that you need to have, right? So this presentation consists of these four areas. First of all, we need to get to know your exam. Then we look at the course content, how the course is structured. Then the study plan that you need to follow. And finally, prerequisite for the exam success. Okay. First of all, let's look at the syllabus weightage. 10% of the syllabus is from the regulatory framework. What are the applicable regulatory aspects when preparing the financial statements? What are the Companies Act requirements relevant for the financial statement preparation? Then if you are a listed company, listing rules of the Colombo Stock Exchange is applicable. Then Securities and Exchange Commission regulations are applicable. Then there are certain industry specific regulations, like if you are a bank, Banking Act is applicable, right? We need to learn about those aspects. Then most significant area of the syllabus is actually the accounting standards. You have about 25 to 30 accounting standards to be learned. We look at what are the accounting standards, right? What is there in the CL2 syllabus in a little while. So 50%. So actually I have started uploading the video lectures with regard to the accounting standards. First of all, asset related accounting standards like property, plant and equipment, intangible assets, investment properties, borrowing cost. So those are now already uploaded into the LMS where you can watch the videos, right? So 50% of the syllabus. Then 20% is from the financial statements. Here you have already learned how to prepare the financial statements for a single entity in the previous stages. Now here at this level, what is important is to prepare the consolidated financial statements or else group financial statements. We know there are a lot of conglomerates in our country. John Keel's, Haley's, Aitken Spence, right? They have multiple companies in different sectors, right? There's a parent company and there are a lot of subsidiaries. How to prepare the group financial statements, including the financial performance and position of all these companies in the group. So that is about the what? Preparation of group or the consolidated financial statements, which consist of 20% of the syllabus. Then 10% is from the financial statements analysis. Here what we are discussing is calculation and interpretation of ratios. Different ratios like profitability ratios, liquidity ratios, gearing ratios, how to calculate and how to interpret, which consists of 10% of the syllabus. Then remaining 10% is from the ethics and governance. Chartered accountancy is a profession. Once you qualify, you would become a member and you would become a professional. So in any profession, you have certain ethics that you need to adhere, right? So those are professional ethics. Then governance aspect, okay? Code of best practice for the corporate governance. There are certain corporate governance aspects which are applicable for companies, right? Like how would be the board composition, what are the subcommittees like audit committee, related party transaction review committee. So those things are covered under the governance. So the ethics and governance consist of 10% of the syllabus, right? Okay, so this is how your syllabus weightages are. Next, we'll look at the exam format, how your exam paper structure is. So exam is for 3 hours. In addition to that, you are given 15 minutes reading time. Pass mark is 50%, but don't target for 50, target at least 90 plus, then you will end up with at least by getting 50%. Okay, right. So there are 3 sections, section 1, section 2 and section 3 in the exam paper. So section 1, 20 marks, 10 questions, 2 marks each. 10 into 2, 20 marks. So these questions are actually objective test questions, mainly multiple choices. You are given 4 answers. Out of that, you need to select the correct answer. Okay, so 20 marks. It can be from any area of the syllabus, right? So the section 1 questions can be from any area of the syllabus. Then section 2, 40 marks. So how these 40 marks are given is, you have 4 questions, 10 marks each. 4 into 10, 40 marks. These are actually mini scenarios, right, leading to non-complex applications and analysis. So written questions, but mini scenarios. Okay, so you have 4 questions, each question carries 10 marks. Then section 3, yet again 40 marks. Here you have 2 questions, each question carries 20 marks. So these are actually complex scenario based analysis and applications, right? So which means these are long questions. Actually, out of these 2 questions, if you look at the past pattern, 1 question is from consolidated financial statements. You are requested to prepare the consolidated financial statement. It can be the consolidated statement of financial position, or consolidated statement of profit and loss and the other comprehensive income, or it can be both of these 2 statements, right? 1 question is from consolidation and the other question is from the accounting standards. So 2 main areas of your syllabus. Okay, right. So 2 questions, 20 marks, complex scenarios. So altogether 40 marks. This is how 100 marks are broken into 3 sections when it comes to the exam paper, right? Okay, now let's move to the how the course structure is, right? How I would facilitate you to get through the exam successfully. Now, when it comes to course offered by Infinity with regard to the subject CL2, it has 2 modules, essential theory module and the exam preparation module. Essential theory module includes all topics of the syllabus. We discussed about the syllabus weightage, where I have introduced what are the areas that are there in the syllabus. All these topics are covered through the recorded videos. These recorded videos are uploaded into the LMS on weekly basis. So your duty is to ensure that you watch the video within that particular week. Okay, so don't try to target the areas, right? You study, you start your studies now itself. Don't wait until the last moment, right? So I have the discipline to upload the videos on weekly basis. That means you need to have the discipline to watch these uploaded videos on weekly basis, right? All topics are covered in the way of recorded videos. Then when it comes to theory, sometimes you might think that, okay, this is only theory, no questions. No, basically questions are included to cover each learning outcome. Okay, within the theory module itself, past paper questions as well as model questions are discussed to cover each learning outcome to enable the student to understand how to apply the theory to the scenarios. Because I explained to you earlier, in the exam you have mini scenarios as well as complex scenarios. So we discuss questions, right, where the student can understand while teaching the relevant theory session how to apply the theory to answer to the complex or to the mini scenarios. Okay, right. So this is about the first module, essential theory module. Then the most important thing is, what is the study plan, right? How are we going to do this particular course? How are we going to complete the examination in June 2023 successfully. For that, this is the study plan I offer you. Okay, right. As per this, you have 3 columns: section, video name, and the date. This is your study plan. So the first section is asset related standard. Good news is all the asset related standards are now uploaded into the LMS, right? There are 9 asset related standards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All 9 standards are available in the LMS 9, right? In addition to that, the topic conceptual framework is also completed and it has been uploaded into the LMS 6th January. So the plan is to upload these videos on weekly basis. I'll ensure that these videos are uploaded on weekly basis, right? You need to ensure that you maintain the discipline of watching the videos on weekly basis without lagging behind. Right? These are professional exams, right? You're not going to face O-levels, A-levels or university exam where you can do something at the last moment and get through. No, you can't, right? You have to have the discipline, which means either you can be a working student or you can be a full-time student. Right? If you are a full-time student, you have enough time to study. You can spend maybe 5 hours for a day for your studies, right? Being a full-time student, not getting through an exam means it's a crime. Don't do that, right? Sacrifice enough time for your studies. Then if you are a working person, right, what you need to do is at least 2 hours per day you need to allocate for the studies. You have to live within the subject. Every day you need to do that. Unless otherwise there's an exceptional scenario. The model followed by Infinity facilitates you to do that. Because why? Videos can be watched anytime, anywhere, any number of times. Let's say if you are a working person, if you want to study in the early morning, you can get up at 4 o'clock, right? Go up until 6 o'clock. Then after that, you can maybe have a small nap and get ready and go to work. So actually, when I was studying, I have done that, right? Or else if you are a person who are willing to study in the evening, late night, what you can do is after coming back from the work, you can have a nap and you can allocate 2 hours, right? Some or the other, find that time, right? We should ensure that you are going ahead with the schedule without lagging behind, right? Okay, so then as I mentioned, I have mentioned the particular date where the videos are getting uploaded into the LMS. And it is guaranteed that Infinity team will do that. And also I will ensure that from my end, all the videos are recorded on time. So I'm not going to go through each and every standard by name, but I'll go through the main sections. So after the conceptual framework, which means on 13th January, uploading the sections relating to the presentation of financial statements, right? So there are a number of videos under that. Then thereafter, provisions, contingent liabilities and contingent assets. After that, revenue from contracts with customers. Moving to the next slide. As mentioned, first of all, I am covering all the accounting standards. Then you have disclosure related standards, couple of standards there. Employee benefit related standard, financial instruments, one of the important standard. Share-based payments, income taxes, other accounting standard, where again you have number of accounting standards under the other accounting standards. So this is the third slide with regard to the study plan. Earnings per share. So by 31st of March, we are done with all the accounting standards, which is the bulk of the syllabus, having 50% of the weightage. By 31st of March 2023, we cover all the accounting standards plus conceptual framework. Clear? Then we start the next important area of the syllabus, which has 20% of weightage, consolidated financial statements. So 7th April and 14th April, we'll be uploading videos relating to the consolidated financial statements. Right? So there are about 7 to 8 videos relevant with the consolidation. All videos would be uploaded by 14th April. Now 50% of the syllabus is done with the accounting standards, 20% of the syllabus is done with the consolidated financial statements. Then we are moving to the 3 areas where you have 10% weightage. There are 3 areas in your syllabus which has 10% weightage. Financial statement analysis, that is ratio computation and analysis, would be uploaded into the LMS by 21st April. Then professional ethics, governance, including the non-financial reporting, would be done by 5th of May. Finally, regulatory framework, regulatory aspects relevant with the preparation of financial statements would be uploaded by 12th May. So that means 100% of your syllabus is completed by 12th May. That is 1 month before the examination. That means you have enough time to get ready for the exam, and that means you have enough time to complete the other module, that is exam preparation module in this particular course. So I told you at the beginning there are 2 modules. One is essential theory module. What we are discussing now is about the essential theory module and the study plan there, and the other module would be the exam preparation module. I hope this is clear for everyone. So I'll make sure these slides are available to you, and again I am highlighting and reiterating to you to ensure that not to be lag behind, ensure that you watch and complete the videos within the relevant week. It would ensure that you would get through the exam successfully, because this particular paper, CL2, financial reporting and governance subject, is not a difficult subject, not an impossible subject. If you study, you will get through, right? That is the way. Right, so next module is exam preparation module, right? So in the exam preparation module, I'll be teaching you all how to apply the theory to craft an answer. So 2 of the common mistakes that the students are having is, one is they have the knowledge but don't know how to compile an answer by looking at the action verbs. That skill needs to be developed. Number 2, you don't know how to compile the answer within the time period available, because in the exam you just have only 3 hours, 180 minutes, 1.8 minutes per mark, right? So in the exam preparation module, so the main focus is given on these 2 areas: how to compile an answer and how to compile an answer within the time period available, time management skills, right? For that, what I do is I follow a blended approach, which means there are certain videos which are recorded, pre-recorded videos, like the essential theory module. You have certain past paper questions, model paper questions in the pre-recorded video form. Plus, in addition to that, I'll be conducting online live lectures. 20 hours I'm spending with you, right? And discussing questions, yet again the past papers as well as the model questions in the live sessions, where during these live sessions I'll be explaining you how to compile an answer as well as how to manage the time effectively. Okay, in a normal revision you just have only 15 hours to 20 hours, but here you have 70 hours, 50 hours in recorded video format discussing the past paper questions and the model questions, and 20 hours of live revision, right? This live revision is specifically focusing on to teach you how to compile an answer within the time frame available, right? So this exam preparation module would be started in April and it will go up until the examination time. Okay, so take use of this massive benefit, because you have 70 hours of time to revise your knowledge and to get through the exam successfully, right? That is about the exam preparation module. I have explained you the essential theory module as well as the exam preparation module, and I have given you the study plan for each module with the time frames, right? Finally, So the last part of the presentation, prerequisite for the examination success. So from your end, what you need to do to ensure that you successfully complete the examination, right? Number one, learning with discipline. I told you I am uploading the videos on weekly basis. So I'll maintain my discipline of uploading the videos on the particular date what is mentioned in the study plan. So you need to ensure that you maintain the discipline of watching these videos on weekly basis and not lagging behind, right? And also this is an open book examination. You need to collect whatever the open book materials like standard book, accounting standards book, then code of best practice of the corporate governance, Sri Lanka accounting standards for the small and medium entities. So relevant materials you need to collect now itself and ensure that, right, you are ready with the resources to complete the examination successfully. So these study material or the open book material publications of CS Sri Lanka will be discussing in our theory module. There you will be getting the full understanding about that. Passion and living in the subject. So this is not a exam where you can get through by studying at the last moment. So this is a professional exam. So next 5 to 6 months you have to live within the subject. Whenever you have a free time, allocate that time for the studies. Example, let's say if you are a working person, you are going for an outstation audit, what you can do is bring your notes. Obviously you have a laptop or a smartphone with you, you can watch the videos as well as you can read the particular tutorial, okay, relevant tutorial whenever there's a time. So ensure that you live within the subject up until the examination time. That is the second thing that you need to do to successfully complete the examination. Third point is self-power play for reflection. That means mind mapping and scanning, right? This is very important concept. That is the content you put into a diagram, which you can easily remember. So in each and every video, what I do is, so after discussing the content, I put into a diagram which is important for you to remember when it comes to the examination. Rather than reading thousands of words, if everything is in a simple diagram, you can normally remember that, right? So if you have watched the asset related videos, which is already there in the LMS, you would understand this, right? So each and every video, I put the things into a diagram that is easy for you to remember when answering the exam questions, right? Then the fourth one is master the art of writing. I told you, so a lot of people are having the knowledge but struggling to write a correct answer, compile an answer in the examination within the time frame available. So for that, what you do is, as I mentioned, I'm discussing questions in the essential theory module. So the same question after watching the video, you can answer by yourself, right? So write the answer for the same question what I have discussed by yourself. That would ensure that you master the art of writing. So at least one question every week you need to answer by yourself. In addition to watching the videos, at least one question per week you must need to do by yourself. Anyway, in the exam preparation module, what we are doing is within the live sessions, I'll explain you in detail how to compile the answers effectively when it comes to the examination. So these are the 4 things that you need to do by yourself to successfully complete the examination in June 2023, right? Then let me ask a question from you. What is the investment which gives you the highest return at the moment? Or what is the investment which gives you the highest interest at the moment? So famous American writer and the scientist Benjamin Franklin, what is it? Investment in knowledge pays the best interest. You need to understand this, right? At the moment, you are following the chartered accountancy qualification with the intention of becoming a chartered accountant on a future date. Why do you do that? Maybe you would say that, okay, to get a good income, right? And to have a higher salary. So earning first 100,000 is the most difficulty. Thereafter, it would become 200,000, 500,000, 1 million. But money is not everything. right? You will realize after some time, okay, there are limited things which you can do by using money, but at the moment you have an aim, okay? You need to have a good income. So for that, at the moment, what you do is you have to invest in the knowledge. So complete your exams as soon as possible without delaying, without procrastinating, right? In addition to that, you want to get the social status. That is, once you become a chartered accountant, people recognize you, people accept you, right? In your passport, you can proudly say that you are a chartered accountant, then you are a globally accepted asset. So because of that, ensure that the most critical, crucial time in your life, you invest in knowledge which would pay you the best interest, right? It is happening for me at the moment because 15 years back, I was studying as a student like you. Today, I was able to find a good job, right? I told you at the very beginning, I'm working as the General Manager Finance at CBL Foods International Private Limited, right? Reputed organization. Then I have the financial autonomy at the moment, right? I can treat my parents well, right? People recognize me as a chartered accountant. So if I did that, why can't you do it, right? Okay. Then one more thing. Robert Collier, another American writer, said that success is sum of small efforts repeated, right? So to be successful, you have to take one step at a time, right? So once you take these steps collectively, what will happen is you will be successful. Now, for an example, let's say while you are traveling, you are working and you need to travel from your place where you are in to the office. It takes 45 minutes. What you can do? If you are comfortable, if you have a headset, what you can do is you can watch one video, right? So when you go somewhere, bring your notes and spend 15 minutes to read that. Every day you spend 2 hours for the studies. So these small steps, if you repeatedly do, you will be a successful person, right? You can become a chartered accountant within the next 1 to 2 years time. And at the moment you have enough opportunities, right? Because a lot of people are migrating. If you want to migrate, having the qualification is definitely an added advantage. Even if you want to stay here, right? Because a lot of people are migrating, a lot of opportunities are there in the local market. Okay, so for that, work hard and ensure that you get the qualification as soon as possible. Then, if you have any questions with regard to this session, what you can do is you can contact me, or else you can contact Infinity team and they will direct the questions to me. In addition to that, throughout the session, we have a Telegram group. So after watching the videos, if you have any doubts which you need to clarify, you can put that in the Telegram group. So the Infinity team will direct me these questions. Based on the matter, I will reply you through a text message, or else I'll give you a time to contact me to clarify the doubts what you would have after watching the videos, right? So because of that, ensure that not to keep the questions in your mind, clarify then and there, and ensure that you are super ready by the examination time to face the examination successfully, right? So with that note, we are done with this session, introductory session. So I wish you all the best to complete CL2 examination in June 2023 with very good marks.